Hey there, welcome back to the Badass Parents Podcast, the no-fluff space where we talk real parenting, past and present. Today we're throwing it back to the 1980s, a time of rotary phones, latchkey kids, and parenting tips that, let's be honest, would probably get you canceled today. But here's the thing, some of those tips actually worked in their time. Others? Totally unhinged. So let's take a trip down memory lane and see what aged like fine wine and what aged like expired milk. Drop a comment as we go. Which ones did your parents use on you? Let's start with the classic, the latchkey kid. In the 80s, it was totally normal for a kid as young as 8 to come home to an empty house, microwave their own dinner, and figure it out until bedtime. Today, that's borderline neglect. Were you a latchkey kid? What was your after-school routine like? Would you ever let your 8-year-old do that today? Back then, getting spanked with a wooden spoon, a flip-flop, or even a belt wasn't shocking. It was expected. Fast forward to now. Most experts strongly advise against physical discipline, and many countries have even outlawed it. Did your parents believe in corporal punishment? Do you think discipline has gone too soft today, or did we just get smarter? No explanations, no discussions. Just because I said so. That was the golden rule. Now, modern parenting focuses more on communication, emotional intelligence, and mutual respect. How do you handle discipline and boundaries with your kids? Do you still drop a because I said so when you've had enough? No phones, no supervision. Just be back before the streetlights come on. Today's parents are more safety conscious. And let's be real, the world has changed. But did we lose something by keeping kids indoors and glued to screens? Do you let your kids roam free? Or are you more of a helicopter parent? What's the balance? Fell off your bike? Walk it off. Got your heart broken? Get over it. In the 80s, emotions weren't exactly nurtured. Mental health wasn't even in the conversation. Today, we talk about trauma, emotional resilience, and supporting our kids through hard stuff. Did your parents raise you with tough love? Has that shaped how you handle emotions with your own kids? Reading your diary, listening to your phone calls, barging into your room. Nothing was off limits in 80s households. Today's parenting often respects a child's autonomy and privacy. Do you think parents today are too soft when it comes to privacy? Or is it a sign of respect we didn't get as kids? Why can't you be more like your cousin? In the 80s, comparison was a weird motivational tool. Now, we know that kind of talk creates self-esteem issues. Did your parents compare you to others? How has that shaped your confidence? And do you catch yourself doing it with your own kids? All right, so not everything from the 80s belongs in the parenting playbook today, but it wasn't all bad either. Maybe we could bring back a little more resilience, a little more independence without sacrificing empathy or communication. Because here's the truth, every generation thinks they're doing it better, and every generation is kind of winging it. What's one parenting tip from your childhood you'd bring back today, and one you'd bury forever? And if you like this dive into parenting then versus now, hit subscribe, leave a comment, and check out more episodes of the Badass Parent Podcast. We keep it raw, real, and just a little nostalgic.
I already told you to complete that room. It's a badass parent.